Hey guys, Brooksy here, and today we're going to be talking about starting out as a new trader in Star Citizen. So this is about getting your feet on the ground as a very new player like myself. I only have the Aurora. I do have the CL, so I have the extended cargo capacity on it, but it's only a 2 SCU slot upgrade, which isn't huge, but it does help out a little bit, especially trading early on. So basically, I made about 3,000 on this run in approximately 10 minutes. So you do the math there, that's 18,000 an hour roughly. And the one reason why I like doing this over box missions is because it's not glitchy. Okay, if you can fly and land, that's basically all you need to be doing in order to make this a successful outcome for you. So let's go ahead and jump into it. The first thing I did here is I went to gallag.co. I'll leave a link to you in the description. I went to the trading section and I basically just saw what options were available and picked the highest profit in the area that I wanted to fly in. And they calculated 3,984 UAC. I actually ended up only netting 3,000, just a little over 3,000. But that was just because of market fluctuations that occurred while I was doing the run, and that's kind of out of your control. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it here, and I'll show you exactly what I did to make this a profitable run. Okay, so this run's a round trip, so I'm actually starting where I end to give you guys a good idea about how much you can do per hour. A little wrong turn there, so this isn't the cleanest run by far that you could do. You could make it faster, and that's just going to come down to the biggest thing is going to be your approach speeds coming in. And then waiting for elevators and stuff, it's all pretty standard. So here I'm trying to set my course while in the elevator, but the map is not that user-friendly, as you're aware, and I'm not able to set the route by the time the elevator opens, which means I'm going to have to waste some time in the ship in order to do that. I could have tried again here to set the route again while I'm going to my hangar. Probably had enough time to do it here, but I just didn't bother. Good thing too that I'm going to recommend is that this is a good way to start out, but then once you have about 100 grand, which is going to be about 3 hours of doing this, of playtime, you're going to want to actually rent a ship with a bigger cargo capacity like the freelancers. So you're looking at about a 40k rental, and I'm kind of rounding up here, and then a 60k capital invest that you can start with. You might want to get a bit more than that, or maybe not invest all of it, maybe invest like 20%. So get the rental, which is going to be about 40 grand plus 20% of your 100 that you started with is going to be another 20k. That way you leave yourself with a little bit of slush room in case something does happen in the verse. Here we go, I'm setting the route here. This is all a waste of time. This should have been done in the elevator. And here we go with the takeoff. I do this all manually. I find it's faster, you can land quicker if you do it manual. Just trying to set my course for Cellin right now, while also avoiding the asteroids.
Quantum drive is now on.
And then quantum drive as soon as I can. And as soon as I get out of quantum drive, I'm going to want to start starting to spool the drive again as fast as I can. And if you have upgraded quantum drives, like this is just going to make your lock-on time even faster, which will help cut down time on the run overall and increase your profits for your time. Again, not super clean here. I could have sped up a bit of time. I thought I had figured out that the mining station that I need to go to was on the left side, but by the time I came back, the planet had actually rotated, so it was on the opposite side, which I wasted a couple seconds there trying to find it. But again, you can make this cleaner by actually selecting the point in the skyline, but because skyline is just so unfriendly to use, I hate it. I just did it this way and just manually locked onto it. Here I'm just spooling the QT so I can see my distance to go. I know based on my ship's speed handling and just how it handles, I need to start slowing down around 15k to make a good approach in. Here's 15k, I just cut the power. Now I'm looking to pick up the landing zone visually, deploying the landing gear. And now we're just riding it in. Managing our speed all the way down, trying to stay fast, but not too fast. Here I'm getting a little confused. This is like, okay, why don't I see the landing zone yet? It should be popping up in front of me, but I don't see it. So I think I spooled the QT again right there. And it was just a little bit off course, that's why I can't see it. Now that I'm visual, turn it off and accelerate in. Getting low to the ground now, make sure I have my gear out, which I do. And now just flying it in, trying to get as close as to the stairs as possible so that I can run inside and make the trade as quickly as I can. Smooth touchdown there. I could have maybe got around that pole. It was like right in the way, which was unfortunate. But pretty low gravity here. One mistake I make here, I hit exit. I meant to hit open door because I could have jumped through it and saved myself having to go through the getting out animation, which could have shaved like about a second or so. Okay, low gravity, so we can jump super far, so let's use that to our advantage to increase our speed. And getting inside and going straight for the terminal. There we go. Waiting for it to load. Picking Laranite, which is the material we want based on our calculations on the website, which again is in the description below. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's really good at maximizing how much you can make for your time. Again, low gravity, jumping back to the ship. Was able to peg the exit there in midair, which was nice. Or the enter, I guess. Jumping back in. I have to actually accelerate backwards out of here because that pole's in the way. It was annoying, but it is what it is. Now spinning around. I actually give it full power here and I start getting out of the atmosphere. It's very thin on this planet, but it still exists. And then while the ship is doing that, I'm actually setting course for Grimhex to make the trade. It's set. Now we can spool the QT since we're out of the atmosphere now. I was pretty close to already being on it anyway. QT spooling. I guess I could have started that spool before I went into the skyline menu, which might have helped. And this one's a two-stage jump. Start swimming the QT immediately. Once we get lock on, it's good to go.
Throttle drive is now on. Throttle drive is now off.
There's the jump. This is the hardest part of this whole run, is navigating this asteroid field on your way into land with all that money that you just spent. Got, I think it would say 15K I had tied up here. So, you know, if I die, that's a $15,000 mistake, UAC. So I'm probably a little more safe than I need to be here. This could probably be sped up. And the other thing too is the landing pads are on the opposite side of this asteroid that we're coming to land at. As soon as I hear the radio come alive, I know that I can contact ATC and get my landing pad instructions right away. Now it's just going to be a matter of bringing it in to come land.
Landing gear deployed.
Right here I get a little confused. I think maybe it's on the on my side. Then I quickly realize, oh no, it's actually not. So I start to strafe around the rock to find my landing pad. Now on a visual with it, make sure my gear's down. I overshot here a little bit, so I wasn't watching my thrust vector well enough. So I just do a little roll and maneuver into position to land. Again, I come in upside down here, so it could have been a little cleaner because now I have to rotate over. And bring it down. And jump out and run it in. So basically, guys, that's the run that I've been doing to make some money. Again, as I said earlier, this is reliable, and you can make it as easy or as hard as you want by just flying as aggressively as you can, or as easy as you like. There's no need to do it fast. You're probably not going to save that much time, and if you die, that's going to cost you a lot and set you back. So don't die is probably the biggest tip. Just go as fast as you comfortably can, and you'll see some really good returns on this run. And again, the other reason why I like doing this is because it's very reliable. You don't have to deal with quests glitching out or boxes disappearing, especially early on in the starter ship, because like the Aurora, yeah, you can put boxes in it, but I've had so many of them fall through the floor, it's super frustrating. So this is the easiest way I've found to make money, and the least frustrating way. It's also fun if you kind of time yourself and say, okay, I'm going to try to beat this time, and you can push yourself that way as well. So yeah, made about 3,000 here, a little bit more than 3,000, 18,000 an hour. So do this for 2 hours and maybe 3 hours, as I said. You'll have enough money to rent a ship with bigger cargo capacity, and then you can rinse and repeat this to quadruple your profits. I think a fully loaded freelancer made around 4650K on this run. So yeah, something to keep in mind, guys. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. See ya.